Hello everyone, this is Kushi Gupta and I'm going to discuss with you all Chapter 6 Armless but Not Harmless. Born without hands and legs due to a rare congenital disorder, Nick could have complained of having no purpose or motivation to live life. Yet his life is more joyful and more fulfilling than most able bodied people we know. Nick has not only learned to live happily without limbs, but has accomplished more than most people achieve in a lifetime, becoming everything and much more he thought only normal people with limbs could do. He is an author, a musician, a husband, a father, successful entrepreneur, and a world famous motivational speaker too. This chapter is divided into 5 sections. The first part is no arms, no legs, no fear. You may have a strong sense of purpose, great hope for the possibilities in your life, faith in your future, and appreciation for your own value, and even a great attitude, but fear can hold you back from achieving your dreams. You cannot live a fulfilling life that fully expresses your blessings if fear controls your every decision. Fear will hold you back and keep you from being who you want to be. But fear is just a mood, a feeling, it's not real. Very often, many of us have feared something like a trip to the dentist, or say a job interview, an operation, or a very common thing that is a test in a school, but only to discover that the actual experience was not really as bad as we had imagined. The same happens with Nick in his school life. He thought that he would get creamed in his fight with Chucky, his classmate, but we all know how it turned out to be. Nick defeated his classmate. To conclude this part, I would like to share a saying of Nelson Mandela. The brave man is not the one who feels fear, but the one who conquers it. The second part is what if fears? You can't possibly have an enjoyable and fulfilling life if you are paralyzed by fear of what might happen someday or somewhere or maybe or somehow. If we all stayed in our beds every day because we are afraid of being struck by lightning or bitten by a mosquito or hit by a car, it would be a pretty sad world, wouldn't it? Behind our anxious mindset and fear is always the question what if? Like, what if I fail? Or say, what if they laugh at me? Or what if I am turned down? At the end of this part, I would like to say that you can't let fear dictate your future. Choose the life you want and go for it. The third part is fear as motivation. One day, Laura Grigoi, a very smart school friend of Nick, asked him who takes care of him. He replied, "Of course, my parents," to which Laura asked, "Are you okay with that? Are you okay with things like getting dressed and showering and using the washroom by someone else?" Though Laura did not mean to hurt his feelings, but she touched a sensitive subject. The thought of being overly dependent on his parents and siblings started creeping on his mind. It started bothering Nick that he was not even capable of drinking water. He decided to become more self sufficient, which was a matter of self preservation. Nick was fully capable of having a family and he did not want his wife to carry him everywhere around. He wanted to have kids and be a good father and a good provider too. So he thought for this to happen, he need to get out of the wheelchair, and Nick's parents started working on making him independent. Finally, Nick was no more dependent on his parents and siblings. Nick was thankful to Laura for motivating him and to become more independent. Remember, fear kills more dreams than failure ever will. Now, the fourth part is fear framed. Anyone can counter fears that might paralyze him by fighting them with fear itself. In this book, Nick Vujicic suggests a way to overcome a fear. Let's say it's a fear of getting up in front of a huge audience and forgetting your speech. Then visualize the very worst happening. You forget your speech and then they boo you off the stage. Next, visualize yourself giving your speech so well that the audience gives you a standing ovation. Now make the choice to go with the second scenario and lock it into your mind so that every time you prepare to speak, you move past your fear of the boos and go right to the standing ovation. Fear can be overcome by going back to your memory fill of life, real life experiences in which you might have overcome the challenges. The last part is stuck with fear. In this part, Nick explains how his fear made the pain worse than it would have been if he did not fear much. In fact, he doubled this pain because he could not manage his fear. Hence, when you let your fear control your actions, you are only asking for serious pain in your body. I would like to conclude by saying that fear has two meanings: forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. Rest, the choice is yours. Thank you.
Hi guys, I hope you must have liked our initiative of one book, 1 hour, 1 week. Also, we'd like to take a moment here to thank you guys for all your support and love as we hit our first 100 subscribers. Please like and share this video and do subscribe to our channel to keep yourselves updated for the coming videos. Thank you for associating with us and have a good day.